What's up, gang? Alright. Let's fucking get it. I didn't want to start stream until this trade got taken out. So, what it do, gang? What it do? What it do? What it do? So let's start drawing up our levels here. So we kind of barely have a top wick here. Barely have a top wick on the previous weekly. The monthly is bearish. The weekly is bearish for now, but it's only been bearish for a day. I'll be right back. The holy joint, brother. Where is... I threw it out already. Oh, no, it's right here. I am Gorilla Glue numero 4, my dog. From the stove. So, I had a sell here. Once we broke below this range here, once we broke below, that price started coming up, rejecting this area again on the, I had a sell stop on the break of the low here. On this candle, it retested the low, I entered, and then it pulled back and then rebroke the low. I closed here on this pullback at break even, so I closed right here. Looks like it might be driving now. My TP was down here. This is where I would like the daily to come up to. And then we can start looking for some buys off of this level here, ideally. No bottom wick closure here on the 30-minute as well. That's why I went break even immediately, because that indicated no more range for a continuation to the downside. Break even immediately on the 7:30 candle closure. So, without there being a wick here for this to fill, there's less probability that this drive will continue. I found a new playlist. It's called Chill Background Music. So, earlier in the morning, I had a buy here on the break of this high. Oh no, sorry. Once it broke here, I was in the buy. So I was in for this whole pullback, and then I caught this drive up. I think I caught 25 pips full closure. I took a short here, got stopped out here, then took some buys here, was in drawdown for a little bit, and then caught this push up here. So I took this loss here. Minus 5 pips, plus 25. Let's see what gold is doing. So we are driving down now. So it looks like we got stopped out break even here. And then it continued to drive. Ain't that some shit? It's too late now to take a continuation. Because my TP was early. Damn, that tapped the area. My TP, Jesus. A rebreak of the low there would have given us 5-6 pips. You're still in drawdown? Yeah, I feel you, bro. My live account is in drawdown. My live account is 50% in drawdown. 50%. You know how I'll get it out of drawdown? I'll just deposit 50%. So now the balance would be higher, and then it won't be 50%, it'll be 25% loss. But that's what happens when you're trading futures, and you don't have like a fucking massive account. The leverage is horrible. So let's see. If we break below this, so we just had a 5-minute closure. We don't have a top wick, but we closed below here. Are we gonna just start driving down? We already have a top wick for the daily. I mean, it's not massive, it's 10 pips. But do we really need a massive top wick after rejecting all of this here? I know the daily 10 SMA is right here. What up, Chamu? The 5 is scooping the other way now. These sells were okay. Maybe on the rebreak of the low after all of this happened, I could have had a sell stop here. But my advantage point was this support here, which is like, it's only a 15 pip range. I wasn't super interested. So, alright, let's get some closures. We did get a closure. Let's get some sort of pullbacks and then more continuation down. And then I'll be able to take some sells. We just had a 15-minute closure 2 minutes ago. We don't have a top wick on this 15. So let's get a pullback here. See if we can pull back to like the nearest. What's the nearest level we can pull back up to? We might not even. Daily's breaking the low, hourly is breaking the low, everything is breaking the low. We have a nice top wick on the 30, a nice top wick on this 30, no top wick here, no bottom wick here, barely a bottom wick here. I think momentum is starting to slow down here. Let's see what happens. Let's see what the beat is, gang. So we had equal lows for a moment. The equal lows just got taken out. Price is continuing to drop. If we start getting some sort of bullish push up here out of this zone, maybe I'll let the 5-minute SMA catch up, and I wouldn't be opposed to taking some buys here, but it's got to set up. Right now that we're coming down and closing below these ranges and pushing below, I need to see something like this form where we pull back and then come down. You know, I need to see that form somewhere here before I can take a continuation down, because we don't have clean range here. On the 15 either. I mean, on the 30-minute we do, but we still have this area here that we got to get past very cleanly to ensure. So this isn't super clean range all the way down. If this was clean range all the way down, then I would be more easier on taking sells. But we have a lot of levels that we could bounce off of. Our weekly doesn't have a top wick. Our previous weekly doesn't have a top wick. It looks like we came up to grab a top wick for the previous weekly, and then we started dumping for a continuation. So if we are going to continue dumping, then we want to see us stay in this range, grab orders from the top again, and then re-break the lows, which we stayed in this range. We hit the highs, and now we're coming down. I would like to see us close below in this range, come up, grab orders, and then re-break the lows. Something similar to what we have here, right? Where price broke out, made a resistance. This was a fake out, came back into range, right? Gave us this big wick to fill. This candle came up, created a top wick for this 15, and then on the flip bearish here, you could have taken an entry, and literally break even would have been the fill of this wick, which is a massive move. And it would have never came back to your entry. So that's the same thing that I'm looking for here. So here, how price closed below, we had this massive wick. Even on this one, before driving to the bottom of the range, we had a massive pullback wick that touched this resistance before driving down. I want to see the same or something similar happen here. So I want to see this candle close. I want to see it come up, grab orders from here, and then I can take a sell anywhere from here down for a continuation to the downside. That would make the most sense. Let's see what we start forming here. Let's see. Oop. I saw some ICT guy using this and talking about how it's the ICT power of 3, and I'm like, bruh, I just use it as a daily candle, so I don't have to do this because it's the same fucking thing. This is easier to see. And now we are jumping off this level. Are we going to use this as support? There's no bottom wick on this level. Huh. We are starting to scoop on this 1 minute. How do I know this is not a fake out? We have to start breaking above here, get a pullback, and then a re-push. Where did this tap? The 15. This is the daily 10 SMA, so we're past that. We have an hourly close coming up. I think this thing might push without the hourly, or not give a shit about the hourly. Let's wait for the hourly closure, and we'll use the hourly stop loss to see what happens on the next hourly. If we close doji, or if we close with no bottom wick and then we get a bottom wick first, then I'll have some buy stops on the flip bullish. Because what will happen is if price stays closing right here, it'll be a support on the 5 minute, respecting both of these levels here. Then when you get a push to the downside, depending on how steep the hourly wick is, you can take a buy stop on the flip bullish of that hourly candle to come back up and fill the range to the upside. But if we start driving now before the hourly closure, that would give us a nice bottom wick for the hourly. So we have to see what happens. Is the hourly going to come up, grab a top wick, and then flip bearish? If it does do that, so if the hourly closes somewhere here, and then we get a pullback to the upside, and then a flip bearish, this is likely what'll happen. You can take a sell here, anticipating a fill of the range again, which gives you 18 pips, 16 pips, or you can wait to see if we re-break the low here, the previous hourly low, where we have a larger range of like 30 to 50 pips. So we just closed bullish on this last 5 minute. If this candle starts to drive below, right, and stay right here respecting, we'll have two candles respecting. We'll have a, well, this one will be closing bearish in that case, and that would invalidate the buys. So it all depends on how these next few minutes play out. Three minutes. Let's see. What does this 1 minute look like? So it looks like we are starting to form some support here, but we have to close like back above these ranges here and then retest. So this 1 minute is starting to scoop. The 5 minute hasn't caught up yet. So if this 5 on the next one gets closer and then we get another scoop on the next 5 minute, that would be good for some buys. But if not, then we can start looking for continuations and rebreaks of the low for more sells. Rebreak of the daily lows. Because if we do keep forming this, how we're forming here, this whole thing down, where we just keep creating this range on the 5 minute and then rebreaking the low and driving down, we could see a full range fill tonight. So let's see. 2 minutes, gang. 2 minutes. If we do drive down right now and re-break the low, I can't take an entry because the hourly is about to close. And if the hourly closes where it's at, I can't take any buys yet. Because that would be 13, 15, and hourly. The only one that wouldn't keep this bullish, forming a support, but it would be doji. So we could just see a small pullback and then a continuation to the downside. We just closed below. We're about to have a 15-minute doji closure. We could get the celery play to come down here. Learn from my man Donvo. Celery play. Right here. The bearish celery play is right here. Celery bearish. Price closes below. Next candle is doji. Respecting below the support that it just closed, and then you take a flip on the bearish push after a top wick. Textbook devious entry. Looks like it's gonna happen without us. Jesus. Damn, this push, but the hourly is about to close. I cannot. I gotta sit back. If it pushes, it pushes. If this hourly closes no bottom wick, then we know what to do. We gotta look for a bottom wick to the most recent level to see where we can get a bottom wick at. Probably somewhere here. And then a flip bullish. Let's see if we stay doji. Hourly. Okay. That's not... It's not a steep enough hourly bottom wick. Come on, give me a steeper bottom wick. Yeah, I was contemplating some buys here, but I didn't like how the hourly closed, the 15 closed, everything closed bearish, and we're just flying now. So, let's see. How much was that push? 18 pips. I'll tell you what though. What if we re-break the daily lows? What would happen? The DXY has found a support and it's driving up on the daily. Turn down Zoom volume, like music or my mic. If this daily breaks the low, I'm gonna have a sell stop. Looking like a bear flag pennant. If we do reject this level and push down, re-breaking the daily low, that would be perfect. The same thing that we've been setting up here, the same thing that happened here. We get that push down, price comes up to the previous support, grabs orders, and we get that push down. But it would have to come down and break the low. Now, if this 5-minute close is bullish, it's a little bit tougher because what's happening here? We have a respecting of the close of the support here. Price drove up, broke out of it, came down, respected it again, and now it's attempting a re-break of the high. So that could completely invalidate my sells depending on how this next 5-minute closes. Now, we could have a push up based off the 1 minute. So if you're looking at the 1 minute, you could possibly take some buys here for a fill of the range. But that's tough because it is the 1 minute. And because the 1 hour, the 30 minute, the 15, everything closed bearish, I'm a little bit skeptical about taking buys here. Even though how it respected this level, and for the third time in a row everything is respecting here, that looks good for continuation to the upside. But now I want to see it. If we do close, what's this? The price close bullish? Yeah. We had a bullish 5-minute closure. So we might be scooping here on the 5-minute. How many pips to the daily break of the lows? It's 26 pips. And where's my nearest? I'm gonna have a buy here with my stop loss on the daily break of the lows. One more push up and I'll go break even. That might have been it. This was my break-even point. I gave it one more attempt. Yeah, if this daily does break the low here, that'll probably take me out. But we'll see. I think that's a good stop loss that I have set there. I don't want to add any more risk onto the table. Let's see what happens here. I am contemplating entering another sell if the daily does break the low. But I might just wait and see what happens. I think my entry should have been this one. So on this second push, I would have went break even. This should have been the push up. Reflipping the 5 minute. Now the 5 is coming down to grab more orders. Just a couple of candles can invalidate the whole idea. But let's see if we can get a push up here. Yeah, we're close. You guys can close break even if you want, but I'm going to take the full 20 something pip loss if it does re-break the daily low. That's 24 pips. Yeah, I'm contemplating opening up double the orders on the sell stop. We gave the buys a shot. And now if we do flip and start re-breaking these highs here, then I would take, that would be my my stop loss there. We just had a 5 minute candle respecting. I think I might take a pineapple here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm gonna take a pineapple and see if we can get out break even. If not, I don't think I'm gonna keep a sell stop here on the re-break of the low. I'll just wait for a better entry. Yeah, and I close break even there. Now, if we do break the low, I'll still keep my sell stop now. But now I took all my risk off the table. And now my buys could still play out, but they didn't play out initially. And the pineapple was way too close to the sell stop. So the only way that I can take a continuation now for a buy, we would have to maybe, these 1 minute levels are tough. See, each of these 1 minute levels, they're so tough, bro. Price can just bounce right off of it. Because look at how price came and then drove 30 pips off this level. We attempted to drive off of it and failed. So now, if price does fail to drive up and then re-break the daily low, that's a good exit. I think that was a solid fucking exit. So let's delete this and let's see what the candles do. If we do start to approach here, maybe I'll turn it on again. See, the buys were good, but because of the fact that we were 2 pips away from stop loss, and then I took my pineapple here based off this tiny little wick on the flip bullish here, we were way too close to stops for me to give the position any more room to play. So once we hit break even, minus 20 bucks, 14 bucks, that's not even one, well, it is 1 pip loss. What did this 5 minute do? This 5 minute close respecting. Well, we would have to break the daily lows, but look, we tried to break the daily lows once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times, and we failed every single time to drive. the fact that we've tried this many times and failed is what's stopping me from reactivating my sell stop here. A 5-minute closure above would be good. A pullback on that candle. And then a rebreak of the high here might not be bad. So we got 2 minutes for this 15-minute. I'm going to go get some water. I'll be right back. Damn, this 15 no bottom wick, you're gonna do that to us, you fucking pussy. Had to write a note of something I observed today. It's not important enough to say as of yet. So, with this 15-minute closing ugly, 30-minute closed bearish, hourly is still bearish. 15 closed, we formed a support with a doji previous closure indicating we're slowing down. You look at the 5-minute and we're starting to bounce around these ranges now. So this range is 30 pips, so you don't want to trade that, but you can. You could take maybe like a sell stop on the break of the low here for a flip to fill the daily range down. If you're still highly bearish, we're still respecting this level here, so it could be possible. It's just tough. It's just tough. On the 1-minute time frame, we're starting to respect. Let's delete everything and just look at the 5 and the 1. For me to feel comfortable on the break of the low, we would need a closure below, a pullback, and then a rebreak. So we would need price to physically slow the fuck down, come down, close below, top wick, and then re-break. And it would have to be like a higher time frame. We got to get out of here. We have to get the fuck out of here. You are right, Richie. We got to get out of here. So to recap the trade that I took a short entry here. Price came up, took me out. Was that? Yeah. I took a short entry here. Price came up, took me out, break even. Here, let's go down to the 1 minute. We took a buy stop, or we took a long entry here with our stops on the daily low. Price came down, almost hit our stops. And then we took another entry on this bullish candle here. So we closed the trade at, we didn't let it go all the way to our break-even point. Or to our profit target. We closed like halfway here for -1 pip. So 2 break-evens. Let's move this over. I could have let the trade rock because we were risking so little. I was only adding 10 pips more of drawdown of a loss, and it technically would have been in profit here for 2 pips only. So it wasn't even worth holding this position, even if we do drive up. We're kind of stuck in this range here. Oh, I deleted the 10 SMA on the daily. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. What? There. Damn. Nice drive, Gold. Thank you, brother. It's good to know I was right. I was only 2 candles late, 2 candles early. I was 2 candles early. Jeez. Give me an entry. Is gold going to give us a 30-minute 100 pip candle if we start driving up now to the break of the daily highs? That is the question. Is that a high probability? Where are we bouncing off of? Where is gold bouncing off of? So we have a daily support here where we're very close to. So price closed, doji respecting it, and now we're getting the celery play forming on the daily candle going up. So we might get, ideally you want to be in before that. Here was the perfect entry. So I don't know if market mechanic would have been in here, but I think so. That's probably a good entry for them after bouncing off this daily level. We're very close to the daily level. Price is pushing now. Damn. Damn. Feeling FOMO. If we do flip on the daily, would it be a good idea to set a buy stop? How many levels do we have here in the way? We have all these levels in the way, but if we do break the highs, we're clearing that. So we just came up to the daily open and failed to flip the daily candle. If we start, we have 30 seconds left on this 5 minute. How many pips is this 1 minute candle? 10 pips. Eight seconds for this 5 minute. Let's see. I might have a buy stop on the flip of this high here. I'm going to attempt a buy stop here, but I'm not going to give it a whole lot of room. If we do flip and we start to come down, like to these ranges, maybe I'll give myself a pineapple. This one's a little bit higher. Oh no, it's not. It's 20 something pips. So this could be the top to come down, but in case it's not, and we do flip bullish and re-break the daily high, I would like to be in there. The more we pull back, the better. It gives us a better stop loss, a better idea of where we could put a stop loss at. The 5 minutes scooped. Oh yeah, drop a like, gang. Drop a like. Un like, por favor. Alright, let's delete this and see how we can get a better buy entry here. Right? So we don't have a bottom wick. Let me delete all these fucking lines. I can't stand when I got a bunch of lines on my screen. So if we get a 5 minute closure above this area here, I think that's 15 closure, we're solid. The 30 minute is about to close, and that'd be a 30 minute closure. Damn, we just got the fucking money printer set up right here. Two minutes. It's time to sit on your hands until the 30-minute closes. Respecting this closure above here, we get a bottom wick, preferably to the bottom of this range, and then a flip bullish. This is what I wanted to see on the 30-minute, right? I wanted to see the 30-minute close respecting. I wanted to see the 30-minute come down here and then flip bullish, and then a buy stop on the 30-minute opening would be ideal. On the 30-minute opening, the 5-minute would be closing back into this range here. That would be ideal as well if we stay here. Taking a flip or a break of this, or see if we can get a break of the 30-minute entry. But then at that point, we would have to use the daily lows as the stops. So it would be bigger stops. And we would be banking on the daily flipping and breaking the highs as the full move. So we got to see what this 30 does in a minute. I already pay for the regular one that gets the ads away, and it's all that I need. I'm able to have 2 accounts open. What I was looking for discounts was on TradeZilla. So Bougie, remember when I said that I wasn't gonna do yeah, I pay monthly like $11. You remember when I said I was gonna 30-minute closure? Hold up. Boom. 30-minute. This 5-minute close below. Yeah, it does. Lets you copy all of Tradeovate. If you don't know how to do it, I can show you. No bottom wick. Why you gotta do me like that? No bottom wick. I'm gonna be careful with this. We have no bottom wick. It might not mean shit because the hourly has one, but I'm waiting. I'm not interested. I need it to come back and try to get a bottom wick here. Maybe if we come back, retest the lows, and then flip bullish again, that would be something I'd be interested in, but this is where our no bottom wick is at. And we're rejecting the daily open hard. Oh, so I wasn't trying to do another funded account. I was trying to continue growing my live account. Um, but then I woke up like at 3 in the morning and I went to check London session, and Top Step renewed one of my accounts. So unintentionally, I started another one. And then immediately I went to see what other accounts I had um, ready to renew that I didn't know about. I completely forgot. Why'd they remove it? I don't understand. Why'd they Oh, why'd they renew it? Oh, because let's say you blow an account of an evaluation. If you don't cancel the evaluation after 30 days, it'll reset automatically. And I forgot about it. I bought a Top Step evaluation and I was trading 2 accounts at the same time, and I thought one account was the other, and I breached the trailing drawdown because I thought one account was larger than the other. So I was trading on the small account thinking it was the large account. So I breached the drawdown rules immediately. And then I said, fuck that. I blew fucking $50 in an instant like that. Let me take a break and just throw money into my live account and start trading one contract, two contracts max, and then they renewed the thing. So I said, fuck it. I'll just keep depositing money into my live account and continue trading this and preserve my live capital and just keep depositing more money into it. So now that we broke out, we're coming up to the top of the range, right? To the top of the daily range. We might be able to break out and re-break the daily highs. So 8:30 was Asia open technically because it's 9:30 for them over there in the morning. Yeah, no, it was my fault. I blew the account because I was risking 1,000 per trade on the other account because the other one was larger, and the top step you can only risk 1,000 per day. So I breached it one day, and then I made the same mistake on the next day. So I breached the account after 2 consecutive days. Um, Price action is tricky right now. It's tricky. It, yeah, that's dope. I trade 1 or 2 GC, 2 max. Yeah, for sure, 100%. That's why I trade one. Depending on my stops, like you saw today, I had enough for 2 pineapples. But then once I pass this one and get it live, I will be trading zero point 0.5, not one. So we did come down to the 30-minute open, and now we're coming back up to re-break the 30-minute highs. This 5-minute does have no bottom wick, right? So we're starting to do this same movement that we had here. So it could just be how can we get an entry here? Right now there's no entry. What are you doing? What are you doing? Did you guys catch anything tonight? Did any of you guys hold these buys? That drove 42 pips from entry. Why no bottom wicks, bro? I'd be in there if you just gave me some fucking bottom wicks. See, we came up with no bottom wick, and now this 5 has no bottom wick. We attempted to come up. We attempted to give it a bottom wick. Failed. We would have to close above on the 1 minute pullback and then re-break that high for me to have an entry here. And the buy stop would likely come out to be on the re-break or on the flip of the daily open. I was looking for that 15-minute flip. We just had a 5-minute closure. 5-minute closed below, respecting. We gapped up. Let's see what we can do here. In sells on Ethereum. If we re-break the highs, I'm gonna have a buy stop. It's a little risky because of the 5-minute with no bottom wick and the no bottom wick here. So that's why I'm doing it now. Sells would not be bad here either. Figuring it out. I think you might want to play the range here. But if we do come down to the bottom of this range and then flip bullish within this 5-minute candle, that should give us a nice pop to the upside. See what the DXY is doing. We're starting to form support here underneath. We did gap down. We usually don't fill the gap in the same day, but we did yesterday, and it looks like we might be filling the gap again today, and we did fill the gap again today. So if that's bullish, then gold would be bearish. Delete. There's that idea. We would have to respect this. Yeah, bro, I agree with you. Good night, dog. Take it easy. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute.
For this 15-minute closure, let's see.
So what's this 15 gonna do? This 15 is gonna close, huh? No bottom wick. I'm gonna have a buy stop if this 15-minute flips. Have you guys taken anything today?
Uh-oh. You hear that, chat? We're about to enter a market mechanic position. I want all of you guys to go hit this link and go subscribe to my fucking boy. Uh-oh, I just experienced some lag there, gang.
What up, London? How you doing, brother? re-break this low, I will enter another sell stop. I wonder why that doesn't let me. Damn, I'm drinking 2 bottles of water and some coffee. I'll be back. We got the 9 o'clock candle coming up. Let's see what this hourly does. If we do flip on the full daily, that would be wild. Was expecting a push to the downside to fill the bottom of the range on the hourly after rejecting this, after that push down. And then we had that instant pullback. That was actually as best as you can get. Just the market's choppy. What can you expect? You can't expect much. And if this hourly closes the way it's at bullish, you're expecting a bottom wick before continuation to the upside. But now this 30 is closing bullish, validating the support here after rejecting. Let's see what we get here. The only way that I can really add more risk to the table and take a pineapple would be if we close no top wick, like on this 15, and then we come up, create a top wick, and then I can take a wick entry and then try to take the sell stops down. Yeah, that push of the low after rejecting these areas here, that should have been the push down. I think my original entry would have played out on the 15-minute flip. So there is an example of flip-flopping when you see multiple setups. If this takes us out here and re-breaks the daily high, I will not enter any more trades. That would require a pullback.
30 seconds left. This 30-minute will be closing with slightly no top wick either. It's pulling back in the last minute, giving us a top wick. I'm gonna take a sell stop here, or another entry here. Keep my stops the same. I added total risk is like 1.7%. And now you just let the price do its thing. Remind me to update the stream record. I had 2 break-evens tonight. I keep forgetting to upgrade, to update. I will tell you one thing though, that it does look like stop loss is gonna be hit. Let's open up OBS right away. That would be minus 75 pips on stream. BE 8. And if we do hit this stops, then that'll be 70 pips. We just had a 5-minute, we're about to have a 5-minute closure. We have no bottom wick on this 5. Let's see what happens. closing here at minus 50 pips. So we're gonna make that a 2 losses on stream. We're gonna make that a total of 80 pip loss. And that's perfectly fine. My original buys would have hit too. So let's see if we can get a break of the daily highs here and see what happens. We got another hour. The 15 flipped, but now we're closing respecting. The very beginning of the hourly still has no bottom wick. Audio on YouTube is low. How about now? I'll take a buy here. Probably, yeah, the daily low. I would say once we flip and break the daily high at like a 12 pips, that's where I would go break even. Risky trade. We might see some drawdown here, but this close to the daily highs after everything that we just did in this massive bullish flip here, I think that we should see some momentum pushing us out of here. At least to the daily highs where we can then go break even and then possibly contemplate stacking another position on the continuation. Because once you do re-break the daily highs, we should see a pop, a nice pop. And it's the beginning of the 9 o'clock candle, so we have plenty of time. Unless this whole level is just that strong and we start to come completely all the way back down from here. In which case, I would look to manage risk. So we gave ourselves one attempt. This is the second attempt. And that's that re-break, and then that is what you call break-even trade. This should pop. For the second time. If we do come down and start to range here, I don't want to be in that. Price is very, very choppy. So I want to be very precise with my entries. I want to be very precise with my entries. think I'm gonna close there at 14 pips. Let's wait for that second leg up and see if we can get a second leg up. See how I didn't over risk there? I could have doubled my lot size there and made back the entire loss on that 15 pip push. But I didn't. I'm remaining at one lot, even though now I'm negative on the account. I'm negative $150 on the account. That's not a problem. I want to see, now that we finally cleared these highs here, I want to see us start to form some support on the 1 minute, and then I can take some buy stops on the continuation. This level here is a little tricky, but let's see what happens when we break through these levels here. Oh my goodness, look at that. What up, Terpy? Holding that would have been nice. That would have been 25 pips total. Okay, let's see what happens now. Let's wait for some sort of pullback. You know, price doesn't drive all the way up in one candle. This is the rebreak of the daily high. We have 72 pips until this range here, so we have plenty of room here and plenty of clean traffic here to catch this room up. So let's wait for a pullback. Let's wait and see what we can get. We don't have a bottom wick on this 15-minute candle, and nothing on the higher time frame has closed outside of the range. So let's see. Let's see. We have not had a higher time frame closure close outside of the range. Now that we have 30 seconds left on this candle, and this 1 minute is starting to flip after bouncing off of here, I do think a break of the daily highs would cause another push. But 15 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7. And we're starting to push down here. Not good. That would be a 5-minute closure coming up right now. 5 minute just closed. We did close outside of this range here. We got some minor bearish levels here, but this is a very strong level that can turn bullish easily. So I think that the rebreak of the high, even though this 5 has no bottom wick, damn, this 15 has no bottom wick either. It might just drive, dude.
I need a bottom wick on that 15 to use that as a stop loss. You think you have psychosis? I don't know what that means. Like the candles talk to you? You gotta watch what I just did right now, bro. I took a short here. I took a pineapple here. I closed here at minus 50 pips. I took my buy here. I closed at 15 pips. It drove an extra 15 pips. I could have made my entire loss back if I held, but I'm not worried. I'm here to catch the next one. Now that we've came down and we've retapped this level here, if we do come up and start to re-break the daily highs, that's perfectly fine that we don't have a bottom wick on that candle because we came down and we attempted to make one for it. I would like to be in there already. This 5 scooped. It's riding the 1 minute. You're better off taking a loss on the first pineapple. Look back at your trades. How many times does the first pineapple win? That's what you have to look back at. How many times does the first pineapple win? If the first pineapple is only winning 50% of the time, and the other 50% of the time you're finding yourself having to go into 2 or 3 or 4 pineapples, the better option would be to take the loss after the second pineapple, and you know that there's a 50% chance that you're going to go into deeper drawdown because half the time you have to do 5 or 6 pineapples to get out. So what does that tell you? It tells you you're better off taking the first loss and understanding that, okay, I am incorrect. I can either wait for a better entry to reattempt my position and then maybe double the lot size on the next entry to account for the pineapples. So you're taking on similar risk without all the drawdown. And now you've had time to analyze the charts again and to second guess your entry and to really see if that was a good entry or not. So the best thing to do was I took a buy here, a loss on the sell here, right? Now I had to second guess my entry and reanalyze. Instead of me continuing to add pineapples, price is still continuing to be bullish here, right? Price is still forming higher highs and higher lows on the 1 minute time frame. If we start to push up here and re-break the daily highs, I would be looking for more pineapples if I was still in this entry. So I just took the loss, and I'd rather scalp 10 pips here, another 10 pip here, maybe a 10 pip rejection, and then make back 30 pips of the 50 pips that I lost tonight, and then continue on to the next day. I'm a scalper, you know what I mean? So I could have held this trade at break even, and I would have been up $30 pips on the dot. It does, but look, you can't only be a good person when other people are watching, right? You want to be a good person when nobody's watching. Same thing with trading. You don't want to be a good trader on stream. for people only. Practice risk management and have a positive RR and a positive win rate and stuff on stream only. You want to be good all the time. So just because I'm trading on stream and being held accountable by other people, I need to hold myself to a higher standard than you guys hold me to. So that way, even when I'm alone, I can still perform exactly the same way instead of breaking my rules when I'm alone and then following them when I'm in front of people. It's the same way. There's people that are like good in front of others, and then when they're by themselves, they're actually real evil people. So I equate that to trading. You don't want to be good at trading when you're talking to your friends, when you're showing them about a trade, you're breaking down candles for them, you're giving them a good explanation, but then when it comes to yourselves, you don't give yourself that same. I'm going to take a buy stop here. That looks too good to not take it. You don't give yourself the same energy. You have to give yourself that same energy, bro. Because at the end of the day, you can look and you can, call out a bunch of good trades and do a good analysis for people and things like that. But if you don't do it for yourself and put money in your pocket, you're not doing anything really. I mean, unless you're getting money to teach people, which I'm not doing, so I need to make fucking money trading. YouTube denied my ad revenue request, so I ain't even getting ad revenue. 0. Maybe it's because I talk too much shit. But it is what it is, bro. I don't want to make money from YouTube. I want to make money trading. But this is a good example of if you're not sure if it's a buy or a sell and you're seeing both setups, you're better off sticking with your first thought, right? So I was contemplating buys, right? But then I saw a much better sell setup. And I said, this sell setup is on the higher time frame and my buys is on the shorter time frame. So I was like, it's only a 1 time frame difference. So I'm going to go for the higher time frame one when the confluence was like a little bit more, not even much of a difference. And the buy was here on the flip of the 15 candle that was like somewhere over here, right? And that would have been like 60 pip buy. It would have hit full TP. I'm in there, guys. But then I took the second one after analyzing it a little bit differently, and it ended up burning me, and I should have just stayed with the first entry. And they were both identical setups, right? I just couldn't decide one or the other, so I just went with like a weaker, an extra weaker confluence that really didn't make much of a difference. Where would be the break even? Man, there's just clean traffic all the way to here, dude. And how many pips is that? That's 21 pips. That's just clean traffic. And we have a 5-minute that's about to close. Let's let this rock, man. The 5-minute close. We do have a slight top wick. Look at that. And then that's when we go break even. Let's extend that. Let's close here at 12 pips. Beautiful. You see what I'm talking about, Terpy? Right now, my heart is not pumping. It's not moving. My heart is completely still. And this is the best I've ever fucking felt live trading, if I'm being quite honest with you. So that was another 12 pips.
So I was 174 plus 12, that's 186 with 13 wins. And that trade brought me 40 bucks from break even on the account after the loss today. Beautiful. That was clean. So I could have, so this was my original plan, right? Which is one thing that I would have changed from today, because I did have an original plan, and because I took a loss and I just wanted to secure some profits, I didn't follow the original plan. So if you scroll back to the stream, I said that once we enter this buy here and we re-break the daily high, that I was gonna add another position, and I didn't do that. I completely forgot that I was gonna do that and completely ignored it. So I had a buy here, right, that I closed at this entry right here, when I should have had another entry here, and then I would have held for a second, probably 10 pip push. So in total, it would have been like 30 pips, or I would have entered. Or I think that if I would have entered here on the rebreak of the high, it would have moved my entry here to here, right? And then I would have probably went break even and let it rock, and it would have still went up. So that was one thing that I said earlier that I didn't follow through with. I got a little ahead of myself in closing the trade in profit instead of following the plan that I stated. So maybe I should have wrote that down. If you're trading, what's a pip? Or a pip is a increment of measurement to count how much money you're gonna make. We just have straight up clean range all the way up. But once we start breaking above here, well, we have a 30-minute closure. Let's see what this 30-minute closure gives. This 30-minute doesn't have a bottom wick, but the daily is driving. We're pulling up to a very strong level here. Very strong level. Does it align with anything else? It aligns with this order block here, a bearish order block. We have another level here, which aligns with this daily wick here. Are we coming up to fill this wick? Ah, we have some rejections here as well. So this whole zone is a sketchy zone for rejections. $30 no bottom wick. Hourly no bottom wick. I do think price is going to start coming down here now. $30 no bottom wick. The previous 30 doesn't have a bottom wick either, but then this is still forming lower lows and lower highs. A rebreak of the daily high wouldn't be bad, but we have hit this level, very strong level. Let's see, I'm contemplating taking sells here with my stop loss on the break of the high if we do flip a bearish on the 30-minute. attempt to look for a range fill back down. A bottom wick for this 30. This flips bearish there. How much money saved? Bro, ask Turpy. Turpy, you flipped $500 to a few $1,000s? And if you don't have any money, you can buy an evaluation account for $50 and then trade other people's money, which is what I'm doing. But I'm also depositing money into my live account and trading my live account. So when you don't have money, or you don't want to use your own money, which makes sense. A lot of people have a lot of money, but they still want to use other people's money, which is the whole point of investing. You use other people's money to make you money. You can buy what's called a funded account. So you can go to Top Step. And they have different prices. So you can pay $49 a month for a $50,000 buying power, $100,000 buying power, $150,000 buying power. Yes, I do trade in the morning as well. But in the morning, I'm trading from my mobile office usually. And I usually can't stream there. Yeah, so here, I'm about to give you some sauce. I want you to go to controllerfx.com. You need to make an account free. Then you're gonna go to learn for free. And you have an entire beginner's guide here. Learn for free. You scroll down and you have your introduction, understanding global currencies, wicks, candles, top-down analysis, market structure, trends, reversals, price action, wick fills, clean traffic. So liquidity grabs, no trade candles, managing your position, advantage points, sessions, high impact news. If you can do this course, which is free, my mentor made this course, you would be level 5 in trading. And then coming to the live streams with that knowledge, you will literally be years ahead of the majority of people. Hey, drop a like, everybody. I appreciate you guys. This area is looking like it's starting to reject. So let's see what starts to happen here. Yeah, so holy crap, 88 cents and it's up $8, bro. That's like 1,000%. No, sorry, 100%. Am I tripping? Yeah, that is 1,000%. Jeez. That's what's up, dude. And if we do break these lows here, do we know that that is a continuation to the downside? We're starting to close bullish on all the time frames, on the smaller time frame. What do we have here on the 1 minute? We failed to... Yeah, it's gone. Let's see if we can get a retest of this area and a push down. If you're trading crypto, or what is MSTR? If you're doing stocks and shit, it's a little trickier. If you switch over to futures, you'll be able to trade gold. You'll be able to trade, if you just go to all the trade-away stocks, you can trade Bitcoin futures, crude oil, the Dow, S&P 500, the Nasdaq, the Nasdaq. I already said the Nasdaq. What else? What else? Silver. You can trade a lot of different things here, and you'll be able to day trade more often. So in a way, you might lose more money, but we'd have to re-break this low for me to take a sell stop with a stop loss on the daily high. But this could easily just be a continuation up. We just made a bottom wick on the 15, made a bottom wick on the 30. That was probably a fake out. Let's see. Let's be careful here and be patient. Are we too bullish? Or those sell stops have been good. We're scooping on the 1 minute. We're not scooping on the 5. So the 1 minute is starting to... So no, you would have to open up a TradeAvate account first if you wanted to go live, or an AMP futures. So you would have to go to TradeAvate. This is the broker. You would make an account here with them, send them the money. This is how you can see all the pricing here per contract, how much it would be to open up one contract, what the price per pip. So pip is, let's say I enter right here and my stop loss is at the high. My stop loss is 27 pips. So every pip for one contract would be $10. So that would be $250 loss if that activates. Now that we're doing this, I think I might keep the sell stop here with the stop loss here at the daily high. Now, and then you can also trade MGCs, which are micro contracts where every pip is $1. So then that loss would be $25. Let's see. If we re-break the highs, my idea is invalid. One more pip and you're invalid, bud. One more pip and you're spamming close. Close. That 30 flip is not bad, but I'm a little indecisive right now. I'm gonna $34 pips to the top of the range. We just had a 5-minute closure, bullish, but we're still respecting this here. If we can get a 5-minute bottom wick and then a flip bullish, I would take a buy stop on the break of the high. We bounced off the EMA. That might be good enough for the bottom wick. we have on the 15? That would be the rebreak of the 15-minute high. Yeah, let's put a buy stop here and give it a little bit of room for it to break and really push. This would be my break-even point, this level here. We're in there. On the rebreak of that high there, that's when I'm going break even. And that is full closure at 12 pips. Another 12 brewskis. Scalper, the scalper, the scalper. One mistake tonight cost us being in profit 70 pips tonight. One mistake. Right? That's the difference between a profitable trader and a break-even trader. One simple mistake. So we're going to add another 12. And another win. Make that 14. So what was the mistake? My flip-flopping ideas. I had a 15-minute flip here that would have drove. So knowing me, I would have went break even probably at 15 pips. So that would have been 36 plus 15. That would have been a 45 pip night on stream had I not taken this initial loss here, flip-flopping ideas. So lesson learned. But we're down from 50 pips. We've just collected 13, 12, and 12. So that's 37 pips. So now we're only down 13 pips for the night. Scalped all the way back. I'm down 13 pips for the night. Yes, sir. I lost 500 on the first trade, and then I'm up 36 pips. 37 pips. So that's 50 pips minus 37, 13 pips. So I'm down 13 pips for the night. But my trading time ends in 15 minutes, and we just had a 15-minute closure. Okay, so let's see. If we get this 15-minute pullback, where can we get a bottom wick here too? This is also not a bad area here. On the 15. We still have how many pips here till it's 13 pips on the break of the highs. Because if I get in here, did the 5 scoop again? No, the 5 is still working. The 15. That might be good enough. Set a buy stop here on the break of the highs. With a quick TP to right here. What kind of closure was that? I might delete my sell stop or my buy stop. You know what? This level's strong here. Because we have 2 minutes left here. I mean, that's still not bad. Yeah, I'm closing it. No entry here. I'm going to call it here. Minus 13 pips for the night. Am I above water on the account again? Yep, I am back above break even. So down 13 pips for the night. If that drives, it drives. I gave it plenty of time. If it's going to reject, it'll reject probably before filling the full range. Let's see, man. We still don't have a bottom wick on this hourly. What are we going to do? Is it going to reject before filling the whole range? Yes, sir. Losses teach us so much. So much. Yeah, I don't like that closure here. If it's gonna reject, I've seen this many times where we don't fill the range completely and then we just reject. I'll wait the hourly close for you guys. A options, don't you worry, brother. Minus 50 plus 36, 13 pips for the night. Minus 13, that ain't shit. If the next trade is a little quick 12, 13 pip banger, that's a break even night. And we just scalped our way back. Yeah, I could have held from the bottom all the way up. That probably would have been a better choice had I been trading micros and I would have been able to close partials on the way up. That would have probably been the ideal choice, where I would have entered likely a 1.5 lot instead of a 1 lot and been taking 0.5 partials on the way up. So instead of taking 3 trades, I would have taken 3 partials on the swing trade on the way up. So that's where I would have differed on that. But we are rejecting here. We are starting to drive down here. The daily time frame, we're still bullish, rejecting the bottom here. I'm still bullish, man. I like how we formed a support here. We created a bottom wake, retesting the support, and now we're coming up probably to mimic this. Are we really going to come up, though, or is this just a fake out and just a little pause? Fake out 4-hour drive for a wick to the downside for not having a top wick here. No bottom wick on the hourly too, so we have to come down. The 30 just flipped bearish, right? We're starting to get that 15-minute drive down. So I'll tell you what, if we get a bearish 15-minute closure, I'll be looking for a top wick on the hourly and a flip down to start coming down bearish. Let's fucking get it. Let's stay up. I ain't a bitch. What am I looking for? My drugs. I believe that was solid risk management here on closing these sells out after taking that pineapple. I was down like 60 pips and then I closed at 50. I do think a little bit better risk management tonight would have saved me 50 pips and would have caused me to catch a larger runner here. So I would have likely been up quite a bit more. Quite a bit more. These are just perfect examples of what happens in live situations. This is why taking a course can only do so much, because the course is not going to teach you how to handle these live situations and what to do. Yeah, I could have called it a 50 pip loss and say I usually don't trade after a loss. But I ain't a fucking bitch. Early in the day, I stayed composed, and I was able to capitalize and work my way back to being positive on the account. Still negative on the day, but it's only 13 pips, and I wrote it down and circled it. 13 pips, because it ain't shit. You just write it down, crumble it up, and you throw it out, and that tells you it ain't shit. I write a lot of notes. Like I wrote a lot of notes. So we just got a 5-minute closure. It closed bearish. We're still starting to flip bearish. I mean, you could take a sell here after, we closed through here, and, I mean, you can. Let's see. We're respecting this support here. Let's go back to the old school ways. Hour, No top wick above the range. The wick is close to this area here. We have massive rejection to the downside here. Come on, give me a setup. Give me a setup. Give me a setup. Cross the 5 minute. Give me a setup. Let's see. Minus just under 13 pips. 2 minutes. See what the 1 minute is doing. The 1 minute is starting to respect this. But if we start to scoop on the 1 minute the opposite way, and then we start to break the lows here, we could possibly see some downside potential. But you have to be careful. This has to close like maybe doji or something. The next candle has to come up with a top wick and then a flip down. I mean, this candle didn't do it. It just fucking flew down with no wicks, and it did it in 2 candles. So we gotta be careful. I wonder if I should have a sell stop if we just break these lows here. How many pips? 56. 30 seconds. Top wick hourly. Give me a top wick. Let's be patient here. Let's be patient. It could just be a flip for a continuation to the upside. On the 30 minute, it looks clean. but we gotta be careful. I think this could be where we start to pull back, or where we form support to continue up and destroy this high. You could play it both ways, the flip bullish or the flip bearish here. That's where it's tricky. We're respecting all of this here, so the flip bullish makes a little bit more sense, especially with the trend that we're on. But you see how my entries are when we're riding the 10 SMA up. You see how I understood that we were riding the SMA and I decided to cut my losses short there. And then over here, we're still riding the SMA, boom. Here we went back above the SMA, boom. And then now we're scooping under the SMA and possibly gonna start riding it again. We're bouncing it off of it on the 5 minute. So, I mean, this could be a potential buy. It's hard to decide right now. We have 2 minutes left on this candle. I'm gonna take a buy stop on the previous break of that 5 high. And my stops would be down here. Yeah, I don't see why we should re-break these lows and grab more orders from here to drive up if we are going to drive up. One minute for this 5. Are you gonna drive or are you gonna be a wackadoodle? Damn, I was about to snap. My neighbor keeps like inviting people over to her house and they always park in my spot. And that shit annoys me. Just because I have an empty spot doesn't mean you can use it, bro. That's my spot. I like to double park there. The president of the HOA's got a call to get their car booted, not even towed, bro. They don't pay for towing here. We just got motion capturing cameras where they follow your motion, but they don't want to pay for the proper towing. Hypothetically, someone parked in my spot one day and they left their car there overnight, and I got back home from eating dinner and I couldn't park in my spot. So someone ended up removing all of the air out of the tires for some reason, and the car was flat the next day. I don't know who could have done that. Delete, 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 delete. Let's see. We gotta get the fuck out of this range here, man. I'm going to give you to the 15-minute close. Let's get a 15-minute bearish closure, right? Maybe we can fill this wick on the 15-minute. I don't want to take sells into the bottom of this range. There's not that much room here. I want us to break below this. You know, the 15 come down, come back up, give us a wick, and then come up, and then we can take the drive down. And that would confirm. You know, I want to see this happen, this, and this, right? This comes down, pulls back. That's the 15-minute. Let me delete that. I want to see this happen. Boom. 15-minute top wick. With the 15-minute gives us that top wick, and we start to come down. Something similar to this. So I want it to drive down. I want it to pull back. This is going to give us the 15-minute range that we need. The 15-minute closure below. The 15-minute then opens up from here. Gives us that top wick. And then on the flip, bearish is where we take that sell. And right here is where you go break even. And it's house money from here on out. So I want to see this happen now. Right? That's what I want to see. And what does that look like on the 1 minute? That looks like the price coming down. Price forms a support here, comes up, retests this support, turning it into a resistance, and then it breaks back down. So then you would use that as the 15-minute closure below and the flip of the candle on the 15. That's the break and retest, and it's the same setup on the 15 when you do the top-down analysis. So I need this to drive. I don't want to be in this right now. I could have had a sell stop here on the break of this low. That's what I was going to have originally, but I want to see it do this movement first, and then I'll confirm that we're coming down. Yeah, bro. I mean, you have to understand, you're living in an apartment, bro. Like, they're condos, right? So, or like townhouses, my bad. So everybody gets 3 spots, and sometimes people aren't as lucky as me. I have all of my spots right in front of my house, right? Some people's spots are off in front of somebody else's house, and then they try to park in mine because it's closer. Like, then I come home and try to park, and boom, now you can't get out because I double park. Because I double park. I don't want, bro. The worst thing is for your neighbor to ding your fucking door. So I double park, and I make sure nobody dings my door and nobody parks in my spot. Yeah, it's starting to come down now. It's starting to reject this level here. Taking a sell stop here might not be bad. But when you're taking a sell stop here, you're only going to be catching whatever the 15-minute bottom wick is.
So you have no real idea where it's going to be, and you know that the 15 minutes about to close, so you know you're going to have a pullback before a continuation. So why not wait for that closure, wait for that pullback, wait for the confirmation of the continuation, and now you know you can enter somewhere down here. You have a target right here, and you know that once you break that low, you're scot-free, you're break even. Whereas if you enter now and you catch this move here, by the time that you go break even, you might get stopped out break even before the actual continuation down. So you could scalp this, right? And then wait for the pullback and then continue to scalp. So it all depends on the momentum. But that's pretty much basic market structure, what you need to wait for. Higher, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Now that we've officially broken this, price is starting to do the low, high, low, high, low, high. We have 3 minutes left for the 15-minute closure. Let's get that push, fill in the wick, and then a pullback. So let's see where this wick would be. The steeper the better. Then we get that closure. We wait for the pullback, and we can take the sell stop on our way down. And then wherever this wick is, that would be your break-even point. It might not form, but that's what we're waiting for. And if we don't get it, then I'm perfectly fine with only losing 13 pips for the night. Now that we've got this, let's get that closure below these ranges here. We have 2 minutes left. I would really like to close below this yellow line, which we're right where we're at is probably fine. And then we can get that 15 top wick and the flip bearish. And then that would give us an advantage point if we close here of like 6 pips, which isn't a lot. But once it pops through, we should get a continuation all the way down to here. Yeah, bro, I'm not a mean person, but don't park on my property, bro. Chill. Like some dude parked there, backed in, shut his lights off, and I'm like, oh, bro. So I turned on the alarm on my car. My car just started going off, and then he dipped out. I didn't have to say anything. Bro, you guys don't want to see the toys. Y'all don't want to see the toys. If I show you guys the toys, YouTube would ban me. We got 2 seconds left for the 15. The 15 is going to give us a little bottom wick here. So let's see what kind of pullback we get and see if we can maybe take a break of the low. Give me a top wick first. Top wick first. $15-minute top wick is starting to form. We have our first closure below the range, right? We're starting to scoop underneath here. We have to be careful that this isn't a fake out. So a lot of the times you would wait for a second range to be formed before getting the breakout. So that would be this 1 minute level that we're getting here. So if you do get a flip bearish here, you might just see a continuation. We're starting to scoop on the 5 minute the opposite way. And this is driving up. So yeah, I would set a sell stop here on the break of the low. And if this is a fake out and it starts to drive up, then that's fine. But if we do flip bearish here, it looks like we're starting to possibly scoop here on the 5. So if we do get a scoop there on the 5,
this nice 15-minute top wick, the 15-minute flip bearish, that'll be nice. Let's see. This is a counter trend trade. So with that being said, wherever this 15-minute top wick is, that's where my stop loss would be. If I get a dub on this trade, then I'll black ops. So now we've faked out. We've closed back into the previous range. Now if we come down and reject the support that we just created and flip bullish again, that would invalidate my idea. We would be closing back into range and price would likely be ranging for the next hour. And then we could possibly take some buys, but I would like to wait for this 5 minute to close because we could be scooping on it. If we flip completely right now in the next couple of candles, which is 100% possible, that 5 minute would scoop. And usually that gives you a nice push. In the meantime, this is for the special 14 of you that are watching. It's my baby. This is the Scorpion from Black Ops. Gotta make sure it's empty. And this is my everyday carry. Ruger LC9. I got a laser on the tip. I got my safety on it usually when I am at my house and it's that close to me. So 5 minute closure, if this closes bullish and it doesn't flip right now and start driving down, like flip here and just start breaking these lows, I'm calling it. We're starting to flip the other way. But if we do flip bearish here and re-break the low, that's clean. Clean, 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 clean. Five minute just closed. Closed bullish. We're still quite underneath the the 10 SMA. So let's see. We're still below these ranges here. Let's see. This is what's keeping my sell stop alive. See if we flip here. You gonna do something or nah? If we do re-break the high here, that's done for. And I'm closing out the sell stop. Let's see. Come on, man, I gotta eat some dinner. 7 minutes left on this 30-minute candle. Half of the 15-minute candle is left. This 30-minute candle will close bearish if we do close here, meaning we'll likely need a top wick before a push down if it is going to come down. So this 15 has to flip now and then pull back within the next 6 minutes in order for this sell to be valid completely. So I'm not going to give that time. I'm going to close this sell stop out completely. Fuck that. You could probably take some buys here and just catch this little push up on the range here. It looks like we're just going to range here. But that's honestly it for me. Minus 13 pips for the night. Not bad. We could have possibly made it back if I stayed up for another hour. I could probably catch another 10 pips or something like that. But I am not willing to do so. I'm going to go eat dinner and have a great night, everybody. Drop a like, everybody. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on my social medias. I don't really post a lot of trading shit on there. I post most of my trading shit on YouTube. I post all of my stuff on YouTube in reality. Just drop a like. A like is the most important thing. Just a like, my boy. Just drop that like. And that's all that your boy over here needs. You guys are awesome. Look at this. We just invalidated my entry, and then taking buys there wouldn't be too bad. To play the range, like I was talking about. Yeah, you just have to be willing to play the range and just be willing to scalp. Because right now, after this 1 minute faked out and we retested and drove up, we're likely gonna come up and retest the highs here. So if you guys wanna if you guys want to take some buys up to fill this range, that would not be bad with the stop loss and the break of this low here. You could probably make back those final 13 pips. But yeah, so look, I'll show you, Jay. Look at that. As I'm talking about it, you just got 6 pips. But I took a sell here, boom. And then I took another sell entry here, boom. And then I closed, boom, all my positions here. So from here to my entries here, it was 33 on one and then like 10 on the other. So in total, it was $500 loss. I usually trade 1 lots, so that's a 50 pip loss. 30 something on one and like 15 on the other, and then I entered a buy here, and that's when I started scalping my way back up. I scalped from here to here, then I scalped from here to here, and then I scalped from here to here. 13 pip bangers all the way up. If you guys would have listened to me, that's 24 pips. That would have been beautiful. But my mental capital is drained, and I'm tired, and I'm hungry. But I'm gonna leave the stream open for a little bit, get a little bit more watch time. I can reapply tomorrow for monetization. It's been several months, or it's been about a month since they denied me. So wish your boy luck. I might be able to make $3 from tonight's stream. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Have a wonderful night, everybody. I appreciate all you guys for coming through.